Hello everybody and welcome to another deck profile. Today I'm going to bring you guys my Prank-Kids deck profile that I took to locals this past weekend. And it was my first locals in a while, so I just thought I would play something that is pretty good, and this is my build and what I thought would be good against the pretty meta relevant locals that I play at. So it's like pretty standard start, just 3 of each Prank-Kid, Rocksies, Lampsies, Dropsies, and Fansies. So they each have the effect if they're used to fusion or link summon for a Prank-Kid monster. They can special summon one from the deck if you resolve their effects. So Rocksies, if you banish a card and draw one, you get a special one from deck. Lampsies, if you burn 500, you can special summon one from deck. If you gain 1,000 life points, you can special summon one from deck. And then Fansies, if you Foolish Burial, you can special summon one from deck. Fansies is probably the best because you can send resources that you need for later, and then special summon one from deck. But the ones that are easy to resolve are Lampsies and Dropsies, so for sure these ones are really strong, and these two help you win in time. It didn't really come up too much, but against like if there's like a few minutes left on the clock, you can just like play around with Lampsies and Dropsies and just gain life points and just win in time. But it's pretty dirty, but I mean it wins, right? So anyways, Rocksies, I didn't like as much because the condition, there was a really heavy condition for you to special summon from deck where you had to banish one and then draw one for 3 special summon, but a lot of the times I realized that I had like 1 or 2 cards in hand that I didn't really want to give up for Rocksies. So, I mean, Rocksies is still extra names, extra targets, so you get more special summons, but like, the other 3 are just strictly better, but like, you still have to play 3 because it's an extra name, and you really want to open at least 2 Prank-Kids, or like, you really want to open Prank-Kids in general. But in games 2 and 3, I ended up siding Rocksies for the most part. So, those are the Prank-Kids. Head drops, I played 3 Ogre because I didn't have Ash at the time, or Droll. And Ash doesn't actually do that much right now, so I didn't feel like playing Ash would be good. And then Droll would be really good. I wish I had Droll for the matchups I had, because it would have just stopped the Dangerous Thunder Dragon strategy. It would have stopped the Zephyr matchups that I had. And then, I mean, yeah, I had Ogres for like whenever, but it didn't really come up too much. 3 Valors though came up a lot more than Ogre. Valor hitting Curious, Valor hitting like Zephyr Nui for a search was really strong. So I played this hand trap ratio. If I had Impermanence, I played that over Valor, but I mean, I didn't have Impermanence, so I just had this is my hand trap lineup. So that's it for monsters and hand traps. For spells, 3 copies of Prank-Kids Place. This card's, it's pretty good. You get a free search in your deck, but it really is just to bait out hand traps. I didn't actually get to, it wasn't super game changing in my opinion. Even though it's the most expensive card in the deck, it's not like really crucial. I played 2 Terraforming to search the places, but this was really just another like card I could side out for more my side deck cards. Yeah, Place was kind of, it didn't really, it underperformed is what I'm trying to say, and Terraforming was just good because I could just side it out. And then 3 copies of Pandemonium. This card overperformed. This card was insane because making Weather Washer on your opponent's turn, or even Butler on your opponent's turn, is really crazy because you just plus really hard, and any kind of quick play fusion is just super strong. And then 2 Pranks. This card also underperformed. This was good to unbrick, to just summon a token so I could Link Climb or Fusion Climb, but I don't think I needed to play 2 copies because I ended up siding it out for the most part, and I would still be okay. The reshuffle 3 is probably the best part. Like, reshuffle 3 to draw 1 is the best part of it, but even then it was pretty bad because I would just draw more bricks or more traps that I would not be able to use because it's end phase. But yeah, this is the Prank-Kids spell, like the core lineup. And then 2 Polymerization and Fusion Substitute. This should be another Polymerization. I just didn't have one lying around. It didn't really matter though because it never came up. So, but for sure you want to play 3 Polymerizations, not Fusion Substitute, because Polymerization is good because you can Fusion summon in your hand. Fusion Substitute has to be on field, which is bad in Prank-Kids. So definitely 3 Polymerization. Invocation because it's just another Polymerization. I ended up siding this too because siding this and Fusion Sub for more side deck spots, but yeah, I mean, I had those. And then 3 instant fusion, broken card. Probably the best card to open if you have another Prank Kid, because you can just make your combo board and then end on. Well, you can decide what you want to end on by making the Raigeki or the Heavy Storm on your opponent's turn if you open this. And then just 3 called by the grave. I main decked these because I was really afraid of hand traps, but the hand trap I got hit by the most was Gamma, which is depressing because this can't stop Gamma. But I mean, I still had these in main because it was really good against certain matchups. And then 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion. This card actually paid off a lot because I would recycle my Lampsies, Dropsies, Fansies, and Grave and just make Battle Butler. But if I wasn't going first, or like if I had a lot of side deck, I would just side this out for another side deck card. And then just 1 plan. Playtesting this with 2 before was really bad, and I'm playing with it at 1 is still really fine. And a lot of the times I'd actually side this out too because I wouldn't have a reason to link something to my opponent's turn too much, because I would just go for Battle Butler and I wouldn't want to add this to hand with Dodo-Doo. So yeah, just 1 plan. That's it for main. That's 40 card main. And then onto extra deck, 1 Battle Butler. Battle Butler's broken. It's so good. It won me the Thunder Dragon Danger matchup and the Zephyr FTK matchup. This card was really strong, better than the Link 4. 2 Rocket Ride, really strong. If they hit it with Gamma or Valor, you kind of just lose, so I played around those a lot where I straight up didn't even use its effect for a couple of games. I just went into the Babble Bark and passed. But Rocket Ride is super strong because it's a free special summon 2 from Grave, and yeah, it's good for that. And even in time, I didn't use it that much, but he can attack directly for 1,000 and then call for time because it'll be up for like 1,000, and you would have the Dropsies and Lampsies burn as well. And then 2 Weather Watcher. This card is really strong. It's Rocket Ride, but on your opponent's turn, and it protects your guys from battle for the rest of the turn, which is really strong. This came up, the battle protection was really good against the Thunder Dragon Danger matchup because I would just tag out, make Babble Bark and Doodle-Doo, and then they wouldn't be able to clear my board because they couldn't disrupt a battle, and Babble Bark would protect them from card effects if I tributed it. So, Weather Watcher, really good. Actually, I'd probably value this more than Rocket Ride because it wouldn't get hit by Gamma if they had monsters on the board, and then like I would be able to plus more with my Prank-Kids on my opponent's turn. But yeah, 2 of each, pretty standard. And then onto the Link monsters. Roarin-Roaster, this card's not good. The reason it's not good is because I didn't get to play against trap-based decks, but I'm pretty sure against like Altergeist it'd be an instant win if you went first. But yeah, I didn't make this at all, actually. So just 1 Roarin-Roaster, 1 Borreload. This card's really good against Thunder Dragon. I valued this over Boral Sword, and I ended up playing Borreload instead. This card was like it won me the Thunder Dragon matchups because I could if they used a Thunder Dragon effect in hand, I could just chain Borreload and they wouldn't be able to chain Titan, and I would just take their Titan and run over their other cards, or Colossus. It didn't matter what they had. So I Borreload for that. 2 Doodle-Doo for searches. Pretty standard. Tagging out to grab 2 back from grave and get a search. And then 1 Bow Wow Bark. I wish I had a second copy actually, because again, it's similar to how I would value Weather Watcher more than Rocket Ride. The ability to tag out and just grab 2 back and then also give your other Prank-Kids protection for the rest of the turn is actually really strong. And I mean, probably in the future I'll play more than 1, but for now, for this tournament I only had 1. And then Nightmares, pretty standard. Unicorn, Phoenix, Cerberus. Cerberus was so bad. I'm never going to play this card going forward. Phoenix, I didn't get to make because I didn't get to play against backer decks. Unicorn was really good for spinning Colossus though. Yeah, so those are the Nightmares, and the 1 Linkuriboh for Fansies. If I have a bad hand, I just make Linkuriboh. Pass, obviously that's matchups where I made this, it didn't go too well just because I bricked, but I mean, it's here in case for that. 1 Honor Ark because I didn't have Toad, but Honor Ark is pretty good for outing Colossus if they make it an attack. And yeah, that's basically the extra deck. That's also the main deck too. and then I'll go through my side deck. So my side deck was 2 Scythe, 2 Lancia, and triple Sanctum. So this was really in fear of the Thunder Dragon matchup. Same with the Scythes, and like, this entire package is just me being afraid of the Thunder Dragon matchup, and even Striker too. Sanctum would lock them out with Scythe, or Scythe would lock out Thunder Dragon. Same with BA as well. So just kind of everything here. Artifact engine, really good. I'm definitely gonna play it going forward. It's just, it paid off a lot more than I thought it would. I would probably even start playing Trap Trick just to search out the Sanctum, but Artifact engine is probably the biggest part of my side deck, and I actually had to take out Kaijus and Twin Twisters just to play this, and I actually do value this more than Twin Twisters and Kaijus, just because Lancia and Scythe and how good they are. But not having Twin Twisters screwed me over with goes in once or twice, but in any case, triple strike, warning, judgment, pretty standard going first solemn package. As many negates as I could possibly get, and yeah, and then 3 red reboot for Altergeist matchup. I didn't get to play against Altergeist, but I mean, it was here for when I needed it, and that about sums up my Prank-Kids deck profile that I took to the locals. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.